Good morning, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting of the Madison County Preliminary Development Review Committee to order. Our chairman is out today. He has some work going on at his property, so he will not be joining us. Before we get started, we have our two new supervisors that are joining us today. So Nancy Sharman and Mike Schneider are down at the end, so we want to welcome you and make sure that you get everything that you need. Just really quick, for our new members and the public here, the purpose of this committee is to consider the intent of what the applicant would like to accomplish and make sure that they are on the best path towards success in achieving that goal, or at least being able to put forward the most correct application to be considered ultimately by the Board of Supervisors. The conversation when we get there will be informal with the applicant, but we'll go ahead through our agenda on our way there. So first we need to determine the presence of a quorum, and we have it. For our consent agenda, let's see, or the adoption of the agenda. May I have a motion on the agenda, please?
Move to adopt as presented.
Second.
All right, the motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. All right, for our consent agenda, we need to approve the minutes from the December 2nd meeting. They're in your packet. I expect that Mr. Schneider and Ms. Sharman will abstain.
Move to adopt as presented.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. All right. New business today, we have election of officers. So I did talk to Mr. Whitman, and he is willing to continue to serve as chairman should somebody desire to nominate him to do so.
I will nominate Mr. Whitman to be chair.
All right. Motion has been made and seconded to nominate Mr. Whitman as chairman of this committee. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. We need a vice chairman.
You ask for any further nominations? Any further nominations?
Are there any further nominations? Please.
We haven't voted yet either, so we voted on the nomination.
Oh, you voted on a nomination. See, I haven't done this before, so bear with me here. All right, so we voted to nominate Mr. Whitman as chairman. How should we proceed, Mr. Carpenter?
We don't seem to have any further nominations, so we can move on to vote for the
All right,
applicant.
so no
Nominee.
further discussion on Mr. Whitman as chairman? All right, so someone's got to give me a motion.
Well, we can move to vote for the chairman then. We're ready to vote.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. All in favor of electing Zachary Whitman as chairman of this committee?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so I suppose now we need nominations for vice chairman. All right, so from the floor? It's me currently,
Oh.
but I'm not attached to the job,
Well,
so.
no. I would like to nominate Mr. Alan Nichols as vice chair.
Second.
All right, motion to nominate has been made and seconded. All in favor? Or other
Aye.
discussion? All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. So without further discussion, are we voting on the vice chairman then? All right, it seems to be correct. All right, so can I get a motion?
Move to vote for the vice chairman position.
All right, all in favor of voting for myself, Alan Nichols, as vice chairman, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. I think we have a secretary role as well. Let me look really quick. I got it on here. As me? Staff? Or my appointee? That's fine. I don't think there's any other positions to vote on them, but I'm going to look at it really quick just to make sure that we're not missing anything. I don't think we have any other elected positions on here then. Very good. All right, let's see here. We're going to move on to our first case. All right, case number to be determined. Jet Hostetler, on behalf of Jetstone Builders, has requested an exploratory meeting to discuss the rezoning of parcel identified as Madison County Tax Map 56-5A on Shelby Road from A1 to A1R1 split zoned. The purpose of the rezoning is to allow potential future home sites on approximately 24 acres of this 67.7 acre parcel. So, if we take a look at the map really quick, we'll pull up here. The subdivision plat that's on the screen now, this 67 acre portion was recently subdivided off of the residue here that's now 164 acres. So we're dealing with what's identified as parcel A here. Mr. Hostetler is a home builder and is seeking inventory. He wants lots to build homes on ultimately. So by right, he can create 2 new lots off of this residue parcel because the number of parcels created are limited by time in the A1 district. By rezoning to R1, he can get up to 15 lots before he has to create the private water and sewer systems. So the intent is that he gets a little more inventory to build houses on than he would otherwise be allowed to do in the A1 district. The concept line that's up there now shows about where that line would be. Of course, Mr. Hostetler is aware that he can only serve 6 parcels by a private road, so there would be 2 roads that would serve additional parcels. He's looking for approximately 8 to 10 lots. That would be between, 2 to 3 acres, I think is what we talked about. And so that in a nutshell is what I believe we're trying to accomplish. And I can let the applicant elaborate.
Well, good morning. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to present a proposal. I know some of you here. I don't know all of you, so just as a quick introduction, I am the owner of Jetstone Builders. I live here in the Arota area with my family and 3 kids. And my grandfather was a builder here back in the 80s, so I am a 3rd generation, I guess you'd say. I'm grateful to be able to live and work and build in the Madison area. I'm biased to Madison. I think it's one of the prettiest counties in the state, and I am a builder, and so that's obviously why I'm here. So as Alan was explaining, it's pretty straightforward. We're looking to rezone the front 24 acres to R1. The target amount of lots is 9. As you know, here in Madison, nothing is flat. All 24 acres is not buildable. So that's why the 9 is the target number. It's up and down. I mean, overall, the land is really good as far as it's not in a shrink swell zone. Early soil tests are good, but it's not all buildable. So the 9 lots is kind of what it looks like would be very doable on this 24 acres. So yeah, that in a nutshell is pretty much it. If you're at the animal shelter or if you're pulling out of the transfer station or like if you're at the dump there, if you're pulling out on the Shelby Road, if you look across that wooded section there, so we have approximately 850 feet of road frontage there. So basically that wood section across from the transfer station is what we're looking at. This 67 acres is entirely wooded right now. And the goal would be to create this R1 zoning in the front 24. The back would stay 43 acres zoned A1 and would be accessible by the new entrances to the back. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much the proposal.
We're just, we're having an open discussion here. This is less formal than planning commission, so please, as you have questions, feel free to speak up and we'll just have a dialogue.
That was just simply for the purpose of the subdivision. We had to have a perk site, a site that would perk. So yeah, right there in the front corner. Correct. No, that layout wouldn't stay. That would all change. Yeah. So it's around, roughly 30 feet by 50. It's really small. I saw some of the stones said like 1920 on it. If this proposal were to be approved, we would do a line adjustment with the parcel on the side, the big, large parcel. We would do a line adjustment and move that cemetery over to the big parcel since nothing's going to happen on that. And it would allow nobody wants a cemetery on their, 2-acre. No, we would do a line adjustment and have the cemetery be a part of the large parcel. That way, none of the new lots would be affected by the cemetery.
So then you can basically just run a whole line on that right-hand side all the way up?
It looks like we could do like a 2-acre adjustment, like just a small line adjustment, to have that be a part of the 164 acres. And my understanding, pardon?
You want both those?
I don't currently, but yes, my family, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So you could do a BLA to move that over?
correct.
I didn't know you moved all.
Yeah, yeah. And my understanding by Virginia code is we have to have some type of a pathway to the cemetery. If this proposal were to be approved, the new entrance would be not far from there. So we would just have, an access if somebody wanted to go over there. It's all grown up. It looks like nobody ever goes there. Oh, interesting. Okay, interesting. There is a fence. There's like a wrought iron fence around it. But yeah, not much is happening there. I don't know anything about cemeteries. I try not to get, it's not one of my favorite places, I guess, but yeah. Okay.
You're going to be needing, are you going to have a single entrance for two? You're going to need somehow 2 private roads in here if you're going to go to 9.
Yeah, my understanding, yes, is the limit is 5 per entrance. So early estimations, it looks like we can get an entrance on the right and left side because of having the 850 feet, a pretty good width
Okay.
of road frontage. It looks like the site distance is good. Obviously, we haven't done, a lot of studies, just we didn't want to put a lot of resources into it, if this would not be possible.
Yeah, that's one of the few straight sections on that road, yeah.
I'm almost certain that it's 6 lots on a private road.
Yeah, 6 is right, that's correct, yeah.
Yeah, so you can get.
But
more than
nevertheless, with a potential 9, you're going to need 2,
Correct.
I'm not sure if you couldn't do a single entrance divided into 2 roads.
We haven't
This hasn't come up
pondered
before,
that, yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if you might could do that.
Yeah, let me find the exact language in here really quick.
One road off of this, come in off of one entrance and to divide that out, and then that would be
It was 4. Every time I move this thing, it goes to a different spot. Here we go. The language is, a private road shall serve no more than 6 lots which use said private road for access to public road. So the way that I've been interpreting it thus far has been wherever you exit the public road, you have access to 6 parcels. See if I make that a little bigger. Can I turn that off? Find it here in a minute. There it is. So I would say that or at least the way I've been interpreting this, is that wherever you exit the public highway, you get 6.
I think that was the intention, the way it was written, yeah.
Because I'm sure that when we get ready, Mr. Nguyen will be happy to elaborate on some of the entrance issues with more traffic through there as well.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Shelby Road is not considered a primary, so we don't even have to have the 600-foot.
I'm almost certain it's a secondary.
Yeah.
Have you thought about rollback taxes? Are you aware of that?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I assume this was in forestry land use?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Should we hear some comments from our stakeholders? All right. Jed, if you don't mind passing that microphone right back to Mr. Nguyen there.
Thank you. So VDOT has a little bit different structure than Madison County. We have a 1 to 2 lot for private, which requires no site distance, then 3 to 5 lots for stopping site distance, and then anything greater than 5 requires stopping and intersectional site distance. So with him using 2 entrances at 5 lots apiece, or less than 5, would be acceptable to us. We would like to see 1 entrance, but, you know, it's in the regulations where he can get away with 3 to 5 on each entrance would be acceptable to us.
All right.
Any questions?
Is this going to require him to submit like a site plan thing?
Yes, sir.
To get your
Yes, sir.
distances to
It would
VDOT?
have to show the, if he uses the 2 entrances, it would have to show the stopping site distance and entrance design, where it comes off the road.
And you're already aware of that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Does the traffic count come into that at all?
Yes, to a certain point. That's not going to be enough traffic to warrant any type of left or right turn lane or anything like that. This is going to be a low-volume commercial entrance. It's going to be built like a driveway, but since there's 3 to 5 lots involved, then we take into account the stopping site distance, which gives you enough room for a car traveling along the road to stop if there's a car stopped in the road waiting to turn in.
If you had 2 entrances side by side, because he said maybe the landscape warrants different things.
Right.
But if you put 2 entrances side by side, because once again, maybe something's not good over here, and he's got a single over there. How close could he put 2 entrances?
50 feet.
50 feet apart.
From the end of the radius to the end of the radius. So where you come out, the road will radius out on each side where it meets the state road. So from the end of one radius to the beginning of the next, needs to be at least 50 feet.
Junior, that's a 30-foot radius,
No, I think they have a 20-foot.
20-foot? Okay.
20-foot radius and a 12-foot width for a low-volume commercial entrance. Anything else?
Something to keep in mind there is, our county ordinance 20 handles, road naming. And putting road names that close together could create confusion with the 911 system and responders. Just something to keep in mind there.
It'd be better if they were spaced farther apart, too.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's no set regulation on that.
If they're all access, like, sort of like, what's the subdivision down here, off 231 North, Layton Village. It has two entrances, but they kind of connect, so, and that is, it doesn't really matter. But if you had two that go to separate lot systems, that type of thing could create confusion.
I don't think you're looking to achieve the minimums on that, are you? You were looking to space them out significantly more, because I think you were looking, when we talked originally about each side of that, what was it, 800 feet in width?
So there would be approximately probably 300 to 400 feet apart.
Okay. Is that any, does that rub with the
Now, I
911
mean,
system at all?
We have tons of roads that are that far apart.
Okay.
Yeah, not to mention there's a whole bunch of them just down the road from there that are that far apart, yeah.
I was just talking it out.
Yeah, and the reason I was bringing up the secondary versus primary road is that you're not required to observe the 600-foot distance between entrances since it's not a primary road.
Okay.
The only thing that we're working through, there's a little piece of unknown ownership on that side. So if any of you own that, please let me know. I'd like to buy it from you. But we're working through that. It's just a very narrow strip, but it looks like we'll have some possibilities there.
That connects to Mr. Weaver's, is that right?
Yeah, so he has that real narrow strip right there, what is it, 55, 48? And then
This
that-
one right here.
Yeah, and then that unknown ownership is like where the old road, I think, used to be, when they moved the road, and so then nobody wanted it, I guess, and so they just left it out there.
Have you talked to Mr. Shelton next door to that?
I have not yet.
I think he just passed away not long ago, but
Okay.
his brother lives up front.
Oh, really? Okay.
That first house would be the first house as you turn left into it.
Okay.
And his brother lived behind him.
Interesting, okay.
I expect you're exactly right, because there's several places along Shelby Road where you've got that situation. You can see the old road there.
Mr. Weaver might know. Yeah, Weaver might know.
We have other questions? I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Schneider.
I was just saying, I expect he does.
Other questions for VDOT? Otherwise, I'm curious what the health department has to say. If I may.
Okay. Hello, how's everyone?
All right, thank you.
Okay, so I'm sure you've already have gotten a soil scientist out there. Okay. So 9 lots, I think is what you said, is that right? Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty significant for, Madison. So, as this is approved, and you, apply and for the well and septic, what we'll do is we'll review, and then we'll also do site visits just to do some soil evaluations and look at landscape positions in order to approve it. And yeah, that's basically the process. I always remind people, now we're in more of seems like we're in drier conditions, and well drillers are drilling much deeper these days. So just, keep that in mind as well.
All right, any questions for health department on this one? Thank you, Emily. As we move forward with Mr. Hostetler, I had advised him that we would, before we got an application going for this one, that he would illustrate on a plat where he's proposing the zoning to be for a very clear illustration and something that is well-defined. But beyond that, and going through some of the requirements for future subdivisions on the property, I didn't have a whole lot more feedback for our applicant, unless any of you do. All right, any further discussion? All right, hearing none, can we get a recommendation? Let's do this. Do we have any public comment first? Chuck, you got anything you want to say? Okay. All right. So in that case, we'd entertain a motion to recommend advancing to the Planning Commission with an application or another directive or another, the word escapes me.
I move that we recommend forwarding this to the Planning Commission with an application.
Second.
All right, motion has been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. Thank you, Mr. Hostetler. We don't have any further business today on the agenda, so unless somebody has something else, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all.
Whether you like it or not.